The bakers of Weber's Bread present your all-star Western theater.
Drifting along, singing a song under a western moon.
From Hollywood comes your all-star Western theater, starring America's great Western singers Foy Willing and the Riotous of the Purple Sage. Our guest star for today is the screen's hard-riding new Western singing star, Jimmy Wakely, in a story of the West prepared especially for him. My name is Cottonseed Clark, and here are the Riotous of the Purple Sage.
Your old-time Western cowboy led a pretty active sort of life at that, riding fence, rounding up strays, roping and branding cattle. All the miscellaneous chores necessary to keep a big cattle spread functioning called for a lot of energy. No wonder cowpunchers demanded good food and got it. Well, the men of today like good food, too, and that's one reason the bakers of Weber's Bread are so very popular, because Weber's Bread is good food, good bread. Weber's Bread makes good toast for breakfast, good sandwiches for lunch, and is especially good served with evening meals. It's an all-purpose bread that blends well with other foods. When the modern housewife serves Weber's Bread, she knows that her menfolks won't go away hungry, because Weber's Bread is really good bread. Buy a loaf tomorrow.
Guest star time today is a special event for us all-star Western theater folks, for it's time to welcome a young fella that's made a mighty big mark for himself in Western pictures. But the same young fella that we used to play marbles with and spin tops and swipe watermelons and go to prayer meeting with. Friends and neighbors, the screen's great new singing cowboy star, Jimmy Wakely, in a Western musical drama written especially for him entitled Rose of San Antone.
What's wrong? What do you mean, busting in here that way?
I just come from the sheriff's office that they found old man Snyder's body.
Well, so what?
There's talk going around, Gorman, that you was the only one that had reason to kill him.
That ain't so good.
Old man Martin told the sheriff that the two of you was in an argument the day before he disappeared and that you threatened to kill him.
That old fool is always talking out of turn. I'd have plug him, too.
Better take my advice and saddle up and clear out of here, Gorman.
Oh, that would be a sure way to have every sheriff in the country on my trail.
It's better than hanging. You'd better clear out.
Did anybody see you riding this way?
No, I rode out of town to the east and cut across the hills.
Good. For once, you use your head.
What's that got to do with it?
Plenty. I want you to take the same way back. Mosey into the sheriff's office and tell the sheriff you found this roll of bills in the bunkhouse at Snyder's Ranch. Right next to your bunk.
There's a couple of hundred in this roll. What's the idea?
You know that new hand that's working at Snyder's place?
Yeah?
Where's his bunk?
It's right next to mine.
Now you're getting smart.
Oh, you mean frame the kid?
You're learning fast, Ross.
Oh, but Gorman, that kid wouldn't have a chance. He's a stranger here.
You know, sometimes I think you got possibilities of having a mind of your own.
Is this some of the money you took off of old man Snyder?
That's it. And if you'll handle this job careful like, I'll give you a cut of what's left.
That's a deal. I'll spill enough talk about that kid that he won't have a dog's chance.
My name is Brennan. Jim Brennan. To most folks, I'm what you'd call a wanderer. I never stay in one place very long. You see, I have to keep on the move. I'm a hunted man, and if the law ever catches up with me, I reckon it'd be the end of the trail for Jim Brennan. If I was really a criminal, I reckon I'd be deserving of all this, but I'm not. I never did know exactly what happened, except that I was framed and charged with killing old man Tom Snyder, owner of the Bar S Ranch at Scottsville, Nevada. Snyder was a mighty big man in state politics, and his brother was a prominent attorney. It was his brother that swore to spend his life avenging Snyder's death. I've been on the go, dodging the law from state to state ever since. That was 10 years ago. I was just a punk 18-year-old kid. I'll never forget the day I escaped and left town with a posse in hot pursuit. Well, old boy, I reckon we lost him. Guess we can take it easy for a while. Well, I was scared, and I was mad, too. I thought to myself that as long as I had to put a lot of miles between me and Scottsville, that I'd head for Texas. I'd heard a lot about the Lone Star State, and believe me, when I rode into San Antone, I found most everything as I'd pictured it. And I wasn't long in getting a job punching cattle at the Circle B Ranch.
How do you like it here after 2 weeks?
Well, Betty, a job's a job, but knowing you has helped a lot.
I hope you mean that.
In a way, I'd like to. Or it means I'd like for it to mean more, but...
But what?
But nothing. I'd rather not talk about it.
You're about the strangest person I've ever known. You won't talk about yourself, and all we know is that your name is Bob Edwards.
I'm not much on talking, Betty.
Then I'll change the subject.
How would you like to ride into town tonight?
And go dancing?
No, I'd just like to kind of wander around town. I want to see the Alamo.
All right. It'd be fun. But I warn you, the Alamo is a romantic spot.
I reckon that's a good chance to take.
Well, you've seen the Alamo under a full moon.
Kind of nice, isn't it?
Very.
You know, a great battle was fought right here. And now it's the most peaceful-looking spot I've ever seen.
There's a path leading all the way around it.
And let's see it all.
I wish you wouldn't talk about leaving San Antone.
I wish I wouldn't, too, but I do.
All right, go ahead and act strange.
Say, look at that. Now, that's for you.
It's against the law to pick these flowers.
For a rose as pretty as this and a girl as pretty as you, I'd go to jail. Here you are.
Jim,
Yes?
you know, I like you a lot.
I wish you didn't, but I'm glad you do.
I don't understand you at all.
Maybe you'll understand this. Hello, Joe. When did you get in from Austin?
Last night, where were you?
Betty and I rode into town.
You kind of like her, don't you?
Yeah, I do, but say, what's going on at the Capitol?
Oh, not much. I did notice in the state paper that the Rangers have been notified to look out for some cowboy that's wanted for murder up in Nevada.
Well, have they found him?
No, but they did give a pretty good description of him.
That's right.
Yeah. His real name is, Brennan. Jim Brennan. Killed some big ranching politician, they claim.
Yeah? I hadn't heard about it.
You know, if it was me and I was down in this part of the country, I'd move on.
Why?
Well, the paper said he was last seen in San Marcos heading south. Frankly, I feel sorry for the guy. I just got an idea he isn't as bad as they say he is.
Much obliged to you, Joe.
Here's an extra 2 weeks' pay. If you need anything else, Bob, let me know.
Joe, I didn't kill that man. I promise you I'm telling you the truth.
And I promise you I believe it.
Don't say anything about this to Betty, will you?
I understand, and good luck to you, Bob.
Thanks. Deep within my heart lies a melody, a song of ocean went on, where in dreams I lived with a memory beneath the stars all alone. It was there I found beside the Alamo enchantment strange as the blue up above, a moon lit path that only she would know. Still hears my broken song of love. Well, I reckon San Antonio was one place I'll never forget, especially her. I turned my old horse west and headed towards the plains country, working my way as I traveled. I'd heard a lot about those West Texas plains, how much bigger the moon was, how brighter the stars. When I rode into Amarillo, it was winter, and I found nothing but cold sands and winds. Yes, sir, that wind seemed like it was blowing 90 miles an hour. There was nothing between me and the North Pole but a barbed wire fence, and it was tore down. But it wasn't long until I was to realize the true beauty of this vast country with the big plains. I'll never forget that one night when I was punching for the Cross X Ranch. A bunch of us were gathered around a big open camp.
You know, this is the kind of Texas night that I wish would last forever.
Yeah, that's just the feeling I got.
You can count me in on that.
Reminds me of the night that I put a 45 slug right through old Joaquin Marietti, the famous bandit. Well, it was about 30 years ago, I reckon, out in California. Thank you. I had spent 3 months trailing old Marietti. Then one night, just about such a night as this, I rode right up warm around the campfire, just about such a fire as this in here, too. Well, sir, I sneaked right up behind him and not wanting to take unfair advantage of him, I said, Walkie, I always call him Walkie for short. I said, Walkie, your time is up. Reach for the sun.
Now, just a minute, Wendy. You'd have a hard time reaching for the sun at night. Remember, this story is all about the night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so it was. Well, I remember now. I said, Walkie. I always called him Walkie for short. I said, Walkie, reach for the moon. Well, he wheeled around, and we both reached for our guns at the same time. A split second later, he lay at my feet, mortally wounded.
Just a minute, Wendy. How long ago did you say this happened?
Well, it must have been 30 years ago, I guess.
Did you know that Joaquin Murrieta had been dead for 90 years?
What? Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure.
You know, I thought he was a mite slow on the draw.
Oh, you can always depend on old Windy to stir up a breeze.
You bet you can. You know, men, you can have your city lights and your ways, but I'd be content to spend the rest of my life just lying here on my back looking up there, listening to that fire popping and drinking black coffee 50 miles from any town.
You guys were singing a song about that a night or two ago at the bunkhouse, Shorty. What was it?
Oh, you mean this one. You hand me that guitar. Come on, boys, let's sing it for him.
I want to drink my java from an old tin can while the moon goes riding high. I want to hear the call of the whippoorwill. I want to hear that coyote cry. I want to feel my saddle horse between my legs, riding him out on the range, just to kick him in the side, make him show his stepping pride out on the Texas plains.
Each night in my dreams, somehow it seems I'm back where I belong. Just a country hick, way back in the sticks, back where I belong. Oh, the city lights and the city ways are driving me insane. Oh, I want to go back, oh, won't you please take me back to the Texas plains.
I want to drink my java from an old tin can while the moon goes riding high. I want to hear the call of the whippoorwill. I want to hear that coyote cry. I want to feel my saddle horse between my legs, riding him out on the range, just to kick him in the side, make him show his stepping pride out on the Texas plains.
Like most every place else that I got to liking, I had to leave. I just didn't feel comfortable staying long enough for anybody to get to know me too well. So I headed out towards Alpine and the Davis Mountains for the big roundup. It was as beautiful a country as you'd ever hope to see.
Man, you know, I'm hungry enough to eat a cow, raw.
That sagebrush and bloom there looks good enough for me to eat.
It may look good enough to eat, but don't go trying any of it.
Hey, it's nice you got here in time for the roundup, Barton.
I'm glad I was here, too.
I was talking to you. Your name is Barton, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear you.
Yes, so you know, if this country stayed like this a year round, it'd spoil everybody.
It spoiled me already. To some folks there's a spot that lives forever, deep down within their fondest memories. Though I have been a roamer, I have never found any place where I would rather be. When it's roundup time in Texas and the bloom is on the sage, then I long to be in Texas, back riding on the range.
Just to smell the bacon frying when it's sizzling in the pan. Hear the breakfast horn in the early morn, drinking coffee from a can.
Just a riding, rockin', roping, pounding leather all day long. Just a swaying, sweating, swearing, listen to a cowhand song.
How it beckons, and I reckon I would work for any way.
Just to be again, to be free again, when the bloom is on the stage. Years came and went. At times I thought to give myself up, but always wandering somewhere, anywhere. But for some reason, I stayed in Texas. I felt safe there. Then when I'd get in the mood to let my thoughts wander, they'd take me back to San Antone and to Betty. Many times I thought I'd chuck it all and go back there and settle down until I was caught. But if she was waiting for me and would have me after I told my story, it still wouldn't be fair to her. Well, 10 years passed and I couldn't carry on any longer, I thought to myself. At least until I got Betty out of my mind. So I turned my horse toward the Circle B Ranch. Hello, Joe. Remember me?
No, I don't believe it. Well, you're Bob. Bob Edwards.
That's right. How are you?
Fine. I hardly knew you. You've aged a lot.
Well, they say a man grows older with the years. I'm still a kid at heart, though.
You know, I've often wondered about you, Bob, if they ever caught up with you.
I reckon I've been lucky.
A couple of days after you left, the Rangers came calling. Then they made pretty regular visits for the next couple of years.
Thinking I'd come back, huh?
Yeah. And so did I, Bob. For some reason or other, I figured you'd give in and come back to see the Alamo again.
How is she?
Fine. You know, we're getting married next spring.
I didn't know, Joe. I'm sorry I happened by. I'll be going along.
Well, you don't have to.
It's best I do.
She still loves you. She told me so when she promised to marry me.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm sorry, too, Bob. But if it'd make her happy, I'd step aside in a minute.
I've met a lot of right guys in my time, but I'm putting you at the head of the class for keeps, Joe.
Then, you're going to stay?
You don't think I'm that sort of a friend, do you?
It might be better if you did.
Nope. You couldn't hog-tie me here and make me stay. Well, so long, Joe. I'll never forget you.
You won't change your mind.
I've got a lot of willpower, and right now I'm using most of it. I hope you'll both be the happiest two people in the world. Good luck to you, Joe.
Same to you, Bob.
And don't tell her I was here, will you?
If you say so, and lots of luck to you.
So long.
So long.
Well, I guess you know how I felt. As I rode away, I thought I'd go into San Antonio City and get a few supplies that I needed and put up for the night. I got a room and got myself cleaned up and decided to take a walk out in the fresh air. I reckon that was a mistake, because before I knew it, I was strolling down to the Alamo. I suppose I'm a sentimental cuss, but I figured it wouldn't hurt anything or anybody but me, and soon I found myself right where we had stood that night. A lot of thoughts went through my mind of what could have been. I lived my entire life all over again as I stood there in the moonlight. And suddenly I heard a voice. Betty, why did you come here?
Oh, I knew you'd be here.
Well, it's nice seeing you.
Joe told me. I thought maybe I'd find you here for some reason. Oh, Bob, I've missed you so much.
Now, just a minute, Betty. You've got the wrong slant on things.
What do you mean?
You see, I'm waiting on a girl to meet me here. I've got a date.
You couldn't. Not here.
Why, sure. You ought to see her. Good looking and a lot of class.
How could you do such a thing?
Oh, now look, Betty. I hope you're not thinking about that silly meeting you and me had here one night.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You're the sweetest rose in Texas, and you belong to me. You've got me riding O's and X's in my book of memories. You've heard them sing about the one rose and the rose of San Antonio, but they could never paint you in a picture or a song. You're the sweetest rose in Texas, and you belong to me. I felt mighty bad deceiving Betty like I did. On the other hand, I felt mighty good about it. Maybe it helped to make for a lot of happiness between Joe and her. Well, they say time heals everything, and believe me, I'm hoping it'll do something for me. Because there's a mighty big hole in my heart. So I reckon there's nothing for me to do but keep a-wandering and take my chances on being caught. Maybe someday they'll give up. You know, I wonder if they've forgotten me up there in Scottsville.
George, I think a lot about that young Brennan kid that cleared out of the country about 10 years ago when he got the blame for killing old man Snyder.
Yeah, I've wondered about him myself.
You know, if old Charlie Ross hadn't got shot and confessed that Gorman did the job 2 years before, I bet that Snyder's brother at the state capitol would have caught him by now. He swore he'd get him. Yeah, it's too bad that kid's never shown up in these parts. I wonder if he knows he's not a hunted man.
For that moonlit pass by the Alamo, and rose, my rose of San Antonio.
Thank you, Jimmy Wakely, for your appearance on your All-Star Western Theater. Friends and neighbors, our guest star will return in a few moments.
The boss of a cattle outfit had to have a lot of understanding. He was responsible for the herd getting to market in prime condition And he had to know both human beings and animals pretty well in order to make them work together. He saw that the men took care of their horses and the steers, and he took care of the men, made certain that their working conditions were just right, and that they had plenty of good food. Modern mothers and housewives know the value of good food, too. That's why so many Southern California families use Weber's bread, because today's housewife knows that Weber's bread is well mixed and well baked, that its firm, even texture and delicious flavor add extra enjoyment to every meal. Weber's bread stays fresh longer, too. Buy a loaf of Weber's bread next time you go shopping, and see if you too don't agree that Weber's bread is really good bread.
And now here is Foy Willing with today's guest star, Jimmy Wakely.
Jimmy, since you're among home folks, I reckon there's no need for us to tell you how much we've enjoyed keeping company with you today.
Well, it's been good being with all of you, as well as the folks here in the Western Theater audience and on the air. I'm going to make the All-Star Western Theater my stomping ground every time I'm allowed on the premises.
Then it'll be right often, Jimmy.
And now, since I've done enough singing chores for today, how about you and the Riders of Purple Sage, huh?
Jimmy, here's a song that kind of fits the theme of our story today. It's a little heart song, and it's a cowboy song called A Cowboy.
From Hollywood, you've heard your all-star Western Theater, a V.M. Bear production starring America's great Western singers Foy Willing and the Riders of the Purple Sage. Our guest star today has been Monogram Pictures' great new singing cowboy Jimmy Wakely, whose next Monogram release is Song of the Sierras. My name is Cottonseed Clark. The Riders of the Purple Sage may soon be seen in Republic's all-color Western Out California Way.
Came to you from the studios of KNX, Columbia Square.
KNX Los Angeles, Columbia Station for Southern California. Makers of Weber's Bread present your all-star Western Theater.
Drifting along, singing a song under a western moon.
Comes your all-star Western Theater, starring America's great Western singers Foy Willing and the Riders of the Purple Sage. Our guest today is the screen's outstanding Western star, Eddie Dean, and a story of the West prepared especially for him. My name is Cottonseed Clark, and here are the Riders of the Purple Sage.
Here she comes, look at her roll, there she goes, beating that coal. Watch her fly, look at her sail, let her by the fireball mail. Engineer, making up time, tracks are clear, look at her climb. Like a hound, wagging his tail, Dallas bound, 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 fireball mail. Watch her swerve, look at her sway. Get that curve out of the way. See that brake, turn the rail. Bet she's late, late, late. Fireball mail, fireball mail.
We hear a lot about the hard riding and the gunslinging and the excitement of the early West. But little is said about the dreary routine of operating a great cattle spread. Guarding the herd through long, lonely nights, weeks of riding fence, and the long, blizzard-filled winter months were very monotonous. That's why the cowpunchers looked forward to mealtime. It was a break in their daily routine. And today, mealtime is something to look forward to also, especially when Weber's bread is served. Because Weber's bread is firm and even textured. It has an appetizing appearance and a distinctive flavor that adds enjoyment to any meal. Weber's bread is good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Buy a loaf of Weber's bread next time you go shopping. Believe me, you'll like it.
To each his own likes and dislikes in music, but it takes genuine sincerity and realness in a song to win the favor of the masses. Songs that are made to rhyme with blue and you, weary hearts and lots of little darlings here and there. That's the Western heart song, simplicity in words and music. The writers of the Purple Sage clearly define the meaning as they sing, "No One to Cry To."
No one to cry to, no one to say goodnight, no one to tell my troubles to, no one to sigh to, no one to hold me tight, no one to cheer me when I'm blue. I go home to my lonely room and find there's no one there. And each night I beg of you, please answer this one prayer and give me someone to cry to, someone to say I do, someone to whisper I love you.
It's always a pleasant chore to introduce to you All-Star Western Theater listeners your good friend and mine, Eddie Dean, one of the great new stars of the Western screen. Although his bid for screen fame is comparatively new, the fine Western singing voice of Eddie Dean has been a family friend of yours for many years on radio and record. And now at your local theater, he's making millions of new friends every day all over the nation. For his return appearance on your All-Star Western Theater, he is heard as Eddie Sloan in a story of the West entitled Back to Old Wyoming. Friends and neighbors, Eddie Dean.
Somewhere in old Wyoming lives a girl I love. We used to stroll in the golden.
Somewhere in old Wyoming. June Bywaters has just returned from a school term in the East, as in and is enjoying a party dance given in her honor at her father's Rafter J Ranch. Although not the type to express his enthusiasm to any great extent, June's return is a very special event to Eddie Sloan, son of a wealthy neighboring rancher.
Well, how does it feel to be home again?
Oh, wonderful. I've missed all this.
Is that all you've missed?
I've missed you, Eddie. Lots.
Look, June, why can't we be married now? After all...
No, Eddie. Not yet. Please don't ask me again.
But, honey, ever since we were kids, it's been like this between us. What's wrong with getting married?
Nothing. Except that... I don't know how to explain it.
I can give you everything in the world. Dad has money to burn and...
That's just the trouble, Eddie.
What do you mean?
Let's not talk about it now. We'd better get back inside the house. After all, this is my party.
Say, I've been looking everywhere for you two. How about coming on here and joining the party?
And how about you mind your own business for a change?
Why, Eddie?
Well, I didn't mean anything by it, Eddie. Everybody's wanting to know where you were, and I thought I'd come out and see if I could find you.
All right, you found us. Now get going.
Eddie, I'm surprised at you. Certainly we'll go with you, Bob.
Just a minute, Miss June. Look, Sloan, you don't order me around like you do the rest of the hands that work for your old man.
Please, Bob.
And beginning right now, you don't work for him anymore. You're fired.
Oh, this has gone far enough.
Not until I've done something I've wanted to do for a long time.
Oh, Bob, what do you mean?
All right, Sloan, get up and fight.
You won't get by with this.
Then now's the time to prove I won't.
Oh, Bob, please, don't hit him again.
I'm sorry, Miss June, but I've been wanting to do that for a long time. And so has every other man on the ranch.
Get up, Eddie. We're going inside.
I'm not going anywhere.
I don't blame you. Take me in, Bob. Hello, Eddie.
June, I just wanted to tell you that I'm sorry about what happened last night.
You should be glad about it.
What do you mean by that?
That's the reason I won't marry you, Eddie, as much as I think of you.
I still don't understand.
And I'll try to explain it to you. You have no thought or consideration for anyone but Eddie Sloan. Your father never made you get out and work and try to make something of yourself, to understand other people. You've had a silver spoon in your mouth all your life, and you expect everyone to bow down to you.
But, June,
And you listen to me. When Bob Norman knocked you down last night, it made me sick to see you lie there and do nothing about it, even though you were in the wrong. You haven't the nerve to fight back. No, Eddie. I wouldn't marry you. We've been sweethearts since we were kids in grammar school, and I don't think I could ever love anyone else, but you'll never be a husband of mine until you make something of yourself that your father's money failed to do.
Is that all you have to say?
Except for one thing. You're a wonderful person in spite of your weaknesses. But I'm tired of having people laugh at you. I want to be proud of you, Eddie. And until I can be, I don't want to ever see you again.
How's that new hand Sloan working out, Marty?
Pretty good, boss. Claims to have been born and raised on a cattle ranch, but he's sure got a lot to learn.
Well, hams are pretty scarce right now. Reckon we'd better put up with him.
You got to hand it to him, though. He'll tackle anything you give him.
Does he get along with the other men?
Oh, I reckon so. He doesn't have anything to do with them. He's always off by himself somewhere.
Well, maybe he'll be all right. By the way, send a half a dozen men out on that Brandon job in the morning. We got to rush that work up a bit.
All right, boss. In fact, I'd better go along myself.
Report back to me when the job's done. Won't take more than a couple of days. Let me know when you get back.
Right.
Come on, head into that choo-choo over going T-bone.
Hey, head him off first. Hey, get in there.
All right, Marty, that's the last one of them. Get the iron ready.
All set, Joe. Run the calves out first. And Wyoming, give me a hand. You too, Skinner.
I'm with you, Marty.
Wyoming, you throw them calves. I'll put the iron to them. And Skinner, keep the fire hot. All right, let's go.
Okay, Marty, the iron's ready. Turn them over, Wyoming.
Come on, throw that calf.
Here, get out of the way. You act like a tenderfoot.
Now, just a minute. You don't have to go shoving me around.
When there's a job to do, I believe in doing it right. Now, move aside.
All right, boys, take it easy.
Maybe I didn't handle the calf right, but I don't like your attitude.
Then see how you like this.
All right, Skinner, come on. Don't get hot-headed. That's enough.
It's a personal matter now, Marty. Come on, tenderfoot. Get up and fight.
If that's what you want, now it's my time to...
Oh, he's had enough. Now leave him alone.
Let that be a lesson to you, Wyoming. Don't ever cross me.
I still don't like to be pushed around, Skinner, so what do you think of this?
Now, look at here, Wyoming. I don't want to hit you again. Now let well enough alone.
As long as I can see, I'm going to fight to So here. Let up on him. Come on, Skinner. You gotta let up.
Now see what you've done with that hot head of yours,
Marty,
Skinner.
I didn't want to keep punching him. He just kept begging for more.
Well, take this bucket of water and throw in his face. That ought to pull him together.
All right. Here it goes.
Hey, Sloan. Sloan. Come out of it.
Oh, doggone, a cab must have kicked me in the head.
How you feeling, Wyoming?
Oh, pretty good. Oh, it's you.
Now, look, I didn't want to do this to you, but he was asking for it.
Oh, that's all right. I'm much obliged to you anyway.
Much obliged? For what?
Ah, you wouldn't understand, so let it go at that. No hard feelings.
Well, what do you know about that?
How you feeling, Wyoming?
Oh, hello, Marty. I feel all right. Chin's a little bit out of place.
You want to come over and sit around the campfire with us for a while?
No, I'll just lie here. I want to do a little thinking.
You know, Wyoming, you're always off by yourself like this. The boys are beginning to think you don't go for their company very much.
Oh, it isn't that. It's just... Well, I just figured that the best way to keep my mouth shut is to stay away from any excuse to open it. You see, Marty, I'm trying to learn to live around people all over again. But this time to do it right.
I'm not sure, but I think I understand.
Maybe you do. I might tell you about it someday.
Tell me, why did you keep rushing Skinner today when you knew good and well you'd get knocked down again?
I wanted to find out something.
What, for instance?
Two things. First, I wanted to see if I could take it. And second, I wanted to see how much pain there was to getting defeated.
Well, you proved you could take it. And as for the pain, how about that?
A little rough the first 3 times he hit me. But the 4th time, everything was mighty peaceful like.
How about coming over with us?
No, I'll just lie here and carry on with my thinking.
One of the boys brought a guitar along. We might do a little singing.
Well, that's different. In fact, I do a little singing myself.
Good. Come on.
Be right with you.
Hello there, Wyoming. How you feeling?
All right. Still got my teeth.
We're on good terms, are we, Wyoming?
Yeah, the best.
Get out your guitar, Sharpe. Eddie says he's a singer. Let's have some music.
Now, don't build me up too much, Marty. I just said I like to sing.
What'll it be, Eddie?
Oh, I don't know. I'll start one and you boys join in with me. All right. Hit me a D on the guitar. Somewhere in old Wyoming lives a girl I love. We used to stroll in the gloaming under the stars above. Oh, how I wish I could see her. Oh, how I wish I could be somewhere in old Wyoming with a girl who waits for me. Somewhere in old Wyoming lives a girl I love. We used to stroll in the gloaming under the stars above. Could be somewhere in old Wyoming with a girl who waits for me.
Might have known you'd seen something about Wyoming.
What I want to know is, what about the girl in that thing?
What girl?
The one in the song. Oh, her. Well, there's very few songs without a girl in them. But come to think about it, the girl in this song does sound mighty real, doesn't she?
Well, boss, we got that branding job cleaned up and out of the way.
Good. You can start to work getting the east section ready for market Monday morning.
All right. See you later.
Fine, Marty. And by the way, how'd Sloan make out?
Great. I had quite a nice talk with him. The way I got him figured out, he's trying to educate himself to get along with people and learning to be a man at the same time.
Well, I hope he makes a go of it. At least it's a good trait for a man to have.
Hey, Skinner, what's all that shooting down in the draw?
Oh, that's Wyoming.
Well, what's he shooting at?
Tin cans. He's pretty good, too.
I'll be doggone. The next thing you know, he's going to be going into town trying to pick a gunfight to see how good he is.
Yeah, he's liable to do just that.
Say, what's wrong with your eye? It's all swollen.
Oh, Wyoming clipped me one.
Have you let that hot head of yours get loose again?
Oh, no, I've been teaching him how to use his mitts, and he's getting better than the teacher.
Say, boss, we got trouble.
What's wrong? What's happened?
I heard in the north pasture has just been rustled. Not a head left.
Now we got rustlers to contend with again. I thought they'd let up on this part of the country.
You want me to round up the men?
Yeah, and you'd better not waste any time. Leave a few men here, and then the rest of you see what you can do toward tracking them down.
Shorty, I'll take you, Hank, Slim, Skinner, Allen, and Jerry. Eddie, you and Joe better stay here at the ranch.
Now, look, Marty, I'd like to go along with the men.
Sorry, Wyoming, but somebody's got to stay here. We've had this trouble before, and these men know their way about this part of the country.
Did you ever catch them before?
No, but...
Then I can't do any worse than that.
Look, now, this isn't like going to town on Saturday. We'll let it go at that. You'll have to stay here.
All right.
Now, men, the only way those cattle could have been driven away from here is over Rocky Creek to the west. We'll cross and then scatter. They possibly split the herd in several directions. Let's get going.
What you saddling up for, Wyoming?
Oh, just thought I'd take a little ride.
Yeah, but Marty told us to stay here.
Unless you tell them, somebody will know I'm gone. And I've got an idea how those rustlers got away with that herd.
Well, I wouldn't say anything about it, Wyoming. That is, if you let me go along.
Then saddle up. Just hope that Parker doesn't go looking for a hand about the place the next few hours. Because there won't be anybody here.
Right with you. Oh, boy, easy. Hold up there.
Ooh. Well, Joe, here's where Marty and the boys crossed the Rocky Creek.
Now what do we do?
Well, there's no need to cross over, because Marty and the other men are covering that side.
Well, there's no need to stay on this side. We ain't going to find a rustle herd on our own property.
Then there's just one thing to do.
I don't get you.
Ride down the creek.
Oh, now, that's no good. A quarter of a mile down, and the water's too deep for them to pass through.
And beyond the deep water, it's clear rock bed for miles, running right through past Picture Canyon there into the mountains.
Well, so what?
Well, wouldn't it be mighty easy to swim a herd through the short strip of water?
By golly, you got something there. Well, come on, let's go. Get up, boy. Come on.
Well, here we are, Joe. And if this country from here on isn't a rustler's paradise, I'll cash in and quit.
You're dead right about that. Hey, Wyoming, look, just below that tree.
That's it. That's where they brought the herd out of the creek bottom. And at the end of those tracks, we're going to find the herd of cattle. Come on.
Let's go. Oh, hold up there, boy.
Joe, look. Down below in that canyon.
Yeah, well, what do you know about that?
There's a herd, and from the looks of things from here, they're in the process of changing the brands on them right now.
What do we do, go back and get Marty and the other men?
You can do what you want to do, but I'm going to make a play at getting those men down there.
Oh, but Wyoming, the odds are against us there.
Are you with me?
Well, let's go.
Now, we'll circle around and come in from the rear. My guess ain't wrong. They're paying more attention to branding the cattle than they are at getting caught.
You might have something there. Come on. We'd better ride easy, though.
Now, you keep your gun ready, Joe. If we miss, we're goners.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. There's a lookout up there on that rock.
Hey, he could give us some trouble, all right.
Plenty. But with him out of the way, we could cover the rest of them before they knew what happened.
then I'd reckon I'd better remove him.
Well, man, he'd be mighty easy to miss from here.
He ain't no harder to hit than a tin can. Shall we take a chance?
Well, I reckon there's no need to quit now.
All right, here goes. Now, the minute I pick him off, if I do, make a quick play for those men around the branding fire. Plug the first one that even looks at his gun.
But if you miss that lookout man, what'll we do?
Start running for your life.
Well, I'll take a chance if you will. Let him have it.
Here goes.
I got him, Joe. All right, come on. Start reaching, you men, all of you. Come on, get him up. Hey, don't reach for that gun. Oh, that's
Now,
it, Eddie.
keep reaching. If any of the rest of you want to stop breathing, start making a play for your gun.
What's the idea, Puncher?
You're going with us. Come on, all of you. Drop your guns and get on those horses. The herd will be safe here, Joe. Let's take them in.
Come on, boys.
Well, Marty, did you find the herd?
Not a trace of them, Wyoming. Reckon they made a clean getaway.
Well, that's too bad.
Is everything all right here?
Oh, fine. Oh, by the way, there's 5 men over in the bunkhouse. They want to talk with you.
5 men? Who are they?
Don't know. Strangers in these parts.
Oh, maybe they're a bunch of cowhands on the loose looking for jobs. But I can't hire all of them. Let's go over and see them.
Joe's been keeping them company till you got here.
Uh-huh. Why would 5 men come looking for jobs at the same time?
Can't hold us here like that.
Hello there, Marty. Say, what is this?
This, Marty, is your rustling party.
Well, I'll be... What do you know?
Come in, Wyoming.
You sent for me, boss?
Yeah. Marty and Joe told me about the good work you did on those rustlers.
Well, it was just a matter of kind of figuring out beforehand. You can give most of the credit to Joe.
Wyoming, don't you think your education is about complete?
What do you mean?
Don't you think you've done a pretty good job of making a real man we call Wyoming out of a mouse that used to live back in Wyoming named Eddie Sloan?
What do you know about it?
I've been checking up on you for a long time. In fact, I know your case history like a book.
So what?
As much as I hate to lose one of the best hands that ever set foot on this ranch, I'm going to suggest you go back to Wyoming and collect your reward for what you've made of yourself. She's waiting for you, Wyoming.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you. You've earned it.
Somewhere in old Wyoming lives a girl I love. We used to stroll in the gloaming under the stars above.
Thank you, Eddie Dean. It's been great having you as our guest once more. Heard with our guest star today was Helen Gerald as June, Foy Willing as Marty, Al Sloey as Gunner, and Garnet Marks as Parker.
The latch string is out was a phrase that meant to walk right in the early ranch days. A cowpuncher on the roam looking for a new outfit to work for or just seeing what was beyond the next hill could almost always get food and shelter for himself and his horse in those days of easy Western hospitality. Well, things have changed since then, but hospitality is still a strong characteristic of the modern Westerner. And when they're having guests, many Southern California hostesses serve Weber's bread. Weber's bread is always good bread, makes good toast for breakfast, good sandwiches for lunch, and goes well when served with more elaborate meals. When you serve Weber's bread at mealtime or as an in-between snack if guests happen to drop over for the evening, you can be sure that hungry appetites will be satisfied because Weber's bread is always good bread. Remember to buy a loaf of Weber's bread in the blue gingham wrapper. The whole family will like it.
And now here is Foy Willing with our guest star, Eddie Dean.
Eddie, it's always nice having a good old Hopkins County, Texas boy like you as our guest star.
It's always a pleasure to keep company with all you folks, Foy. Now, if I have any influence with you, how about another one of those Western songs by the Riders of Purple Sage?
Good. We got something kind of special for you and all the folks today, Eddie.
Yeah?
We're going cityfied. Everything is Vout and old Rooney with the Cowboys now.
Well, I just don't get it.
Come on, riders, and let's tell them about the Vout Cowboy.
Way down along the Alamo lived a Vout cowboy, just a real hit Joe. He used to hit the trail with a beat, and what he was singing to the hoof and meat was strictly a diller, a hillbilly killer from old Amarillo.
Booty-tee, booty-tee, booty, Max Judy. Get along, Doggerini. Booty-tee, 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 booty. Ah, yippee-ki-bow. Booty-tee, booty-tee, booty, Max Judy.
Rosa Sanatonarini. Every evening he'd be riding it out.
At dawn, he just rolled out his sack. Morning was no time to get solid jack. Why, he would wait until it was right. And he knew the right time had to be at night. He's strictly a diller, a hillbilly killer. Booty-dee, 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 booty. He's a Vout cowboy. Get along to a Rooney. Sing a song, little Rooney. Jog along, booty-booty. Booty-dee, 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 booty. He's a Vout cowboy. Sing along, singing a song under a western moon.
From Hollywood, you've heard your all-star Western Theater, a V.M. Bear production starring America's great Western singers, Foy Willing and the Riotous of the Purple Sage. Our guest today has been that great new PRC Western star, Eddie Dean. My name is Cottonseed Clark. The Riders of the Purple Sage appeared through the courtesy of Republic Pictures, their latest all-color Western being Out California Way. Next week, another great star of the West and the story of the West.
This program came to you from the studios of KNX, Columbia Square.
KNX Los Angeles, Columbia Station for Southern California. The bakers of Weber's Bread present your all-star Western Theater.
Drifting along, singing a song under a western moon.
From Hollywood comes your all-star Western Theater, starring America's great Western singers, Foy Willing and the Riders of the Purple Sage. Our guest star today is Columbia Pictures' fine new singing cowboy, Ken Curtis, in a story of the West written especially for him. My name is Cottonseed Clark, and here are the Riders of the Purple Sage.
I'm dressing up in style, for in a little while I'm gonna ride into town. And every cowboy pal I know will lift his heel, and so when payday rolls around. And so I'm feeling fine, because there's lots of time until we're all homeward bound. To work and slave with cattle, sweat and swear and battle until payday rolls around.
What does the cowboy do when all of his work is through? Just what I'm gonna do now. With money to spend and jingle off into town to mingle with all the friends I allow.
I'm dressing up in style, for in a little while I'm gonna ride into town. And every cowboy pal I know will lift his heel, and so when payday rolls around. And so I'm feeling fine, because there's lots of time until we're all homeward bound. To work and slave with cattle, sweat and swear and battle until payday rolls around.
The events that you Western fans witnessed when you attend a rodeo today were all a part of the routine of operating a great cattle ranch in the old days. Any cowboy worth his wages could handle a gun and rope and ride as a matter of course. But his greatest responsibility was getting beef to the market in prime top condition. He was the guardian of an important food source. The bakers of Weber's bread are the guardians of an important food source, too. It is their responsibility to see that Southern California families have good bread. And Weber's bread is always good bread. It's well mixed and well baked. The firm, even texture and delicious flavor of Weber's bread make it blend well with other foods. Weber's bread is always good and always a welcome addition to the daily menu. Buy a loaf of Weber's bread next time you go shopping.
Guest star time at your All-Star Western Theater today brings to our microphone Columbia Pictures' brightest new Western singing star. He-Man Looks, a fine singing voice and a Western way of doing things, has made him millions of friends and fans all over the country. And we know you folks will share the pleasure his personal appearance affords us. Friends and neighbors, from the West to you comes Ken Curtis. Our guest star is heard in a story of the West that is designed to revive our memory and appreciation of those pioneering men of the Old West who made such great sacrifice and contribution to our world of today. It has its beginning back in the early 70s when the sixth gun on a man's hip was judge and jury, and the late draw was conviction and penalty. To honest, God-fearing men like Clem Norman, this kind of law was wrong. It held no future and no reward for mankind. Clem Norman was a man with foresight and a thorough knowledge of right and wrong.
Go back and tell Sam Kincaid what I said. I don't want any part of his or his dealings or anything like him.
Well, if I was you, Norman, I'd think a long time before I put out that kind of talk to Sam Kincaid.
He didn't invite me into this country, and I didn't tell him I was coming. And I'll guarantee you I ain't going to let him dictate to me. Now, go on. Get off my property.
All right, Norman. It's your funeral, not mine.
And you can also tell him that if he sends any of his gunslicks to call on me, they'd better come loaded for bear. Getting to where an honest man ain't got a chance anymore.
Mr. Norman.
Oh, hello, Jimmy. How are you, son?
Dad sent me over to ask you to have supper with us tonight.
No, that's awful nice of him, Jimmy, but I reckon you'd better not count on me tonight. Got some problems to figure out, and besides,
He's going to be mighty disappointed. He was planning on a big checker game with you.
Well, I'm afraid I wouldn't make very good company tonight, son. Tell him I'm sorry.
You look worried, Mr. Norman. Is anything wrong?
To be honest about it, Jimmy, I'm having trouble with Sam Kincaid. He's trying to force me to sell him 100 acres off my east section.
I hear he's bad medicine.
Yeah, that's what's worrying me. Everybody that's defied Kincaid's landed in trouble. You know what happened to Ed Phillips?
Yeah, somebody burned his place to the ground.
It was Kincaid's cutthroats. Tom Majors locked horns with him, and 2 nights later, a fire wiped out 400 acres of Tom's wheat crop.
You know, it looks like something could be done about it.
Son, in this country, the man what can draw his guns the quickest rules the roost. And Kincaid has enough gunmen on his payroll to do most anything he takes a notion to.
Well, being newcomers here, we don't know much about him. But what we've heard makes up for it.
As soon as my son Ken gets here, things will be different.
I'm anxious to meet him. You've talked so much about him, I feel like we're old friends.
I haven't seen Ken since he was 15. He was a full-grown man then, and that was 10 years ago. He's been living with his mother.
When do you expect him?
Most any day now. I wrote him about the trouble I was having, and he seemed to think he could help me get things straightened out. That boy's a real fighter, Jimmy. Why, when he was 15, he could handle 2 men his own size.
You're mighty proud of him, aren't you?
Well, I reckon it's just natural. When Sam Kincaid gets a look at him, he'll think twice before he starts sending anybody down to burn me out. That boy of mine's a real man.
Howdy, Clem. Waiting on the stage?
Yep. My boy's coming in.
Didn't know you had a kid.
Well, I'll tell you now, he ain't a kid. Big as both of us.
Gonna put him in charge of your spread?
Well, I'd like for him to if he decides to stay. He's been in the Midwest with his mother for the past 10 years.
Hey, Norman. I've been looking for you.
What do you want?
Kincaid wants to have a talk with you.
Well, he'll have to make it some other time. I'm waiting for my son on the noon stage.
Well, I wouldn't put it off if I was you.
If Sam Kincaid wants to talk with me, he knows where my place is.
Well, I'm telling you, Norman, you're inviting trouble.
Don't you go threatening me.
Here comes the stage, Clem.
Where? Oh? Yeah, I reckon it's time to get nervous, and I sure am, too.
I know how you feel, Clem.
Yeah.
Well, if he's as stubborn as you are, Norman, he's going to have a hard time of getting along in this country.
Tell him that and see how far you get. And that goes for Kincaid and all the rest of his henchmen.
You talk like this son of yours is a killer.
No, he ain't no killer, but he can take care of the likes of you.
Hey, I wonder who that dude is getting off the stage. Hello, Dad. Don't you know me?
Why, son, you've changed so I hardly knew you.
Been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, a long time, son. How's your mother?
Ah, she's fine.
Here's the bag, mister.
Thank you, my good man.
Hey, Clem, is this that man-killing son of yours?
I don't want no talk out of you, Pete, or any of the rest of you either.
Is something wrong, Dad?
Oh, nothing, son, nothing at all. Now, you come with me. The buckboard's over across the road.
Well, maybe he'd rather ride side saddle, Clem.
Look here, Pete Duncan. If I was 20 years younger, you wouldn't be talking
Just
like...
a minute, Dad.
Huh?
What's the trouble you're having with this gentleman?
Oh, none, son. None at all. Hey, come on, let's go.
Well, it wouldn't be any of your business if we were having trouble. Would it, Junior?
Friend, I don't know who you are, but you appear awfully insulting to my father.
Now, ain't that too bad?
Yes, it is. I object to it.
No, son, no. You better come along with me.
Well, what you going to do about it?
You've left me no choice other than...
What?
This. Holy smoky, that's Pete colder than a cucumber. Now, if any of the rest of you gentlemen care to insult my father, now's the time to do it.
Not me. I don't... My son, well, what do you know? Boys, this is my son, Ken.
Hello.
Well, let's be going, Ken. We got a lot of talking to do. So, son, you see what I'm faced with. When Kincaid wants something, he goes after it. And when he goes after it, he gets it by hook or crook.
What's being done to oppose him?
Well, every man who's opposed him so far has met with trouble. He's got the whole country scared of him. Right now, he's trying to force me to sell him that 100 acres of pasture land off my east section to take care of the cattle he's probably stolen off from someone else.
From what I gather, you can't afford to let that much land go, especially pasture.
Why, son, I can't spare an acre of it.
Well, Dad, since you don't have organized law here, why don't you round up the other ranchers and fight back?
You've got the right idea, son. I've thought of it, but I just never did anything about it.
Well, as long as you all stick together, Kincaid won't be as quick to make his demands.
Son, I'm taking your advice. Beginning tomorrow, I'm going to make a few rounds and see what kind of cooperation I get.
Now you're doing things the right way. By the way, I'm going into town in the morning. I want to stop off at the bank on some business and then mail a letter to Mother.
All right, son. By the way, since that run-in you had with Pete Duncan, it might be wise to wear your gun.
My gun?
Oh, yes. Didn't you bring him?
I never wear guns. Why should I?
Look, son, you've been living in a different part of the country. Out here, it's every man for himself. You know how to handle guns, don't you?
Why, sure. I can knock a squirrel's eye out at 90 feet. But I can take care of myself without killing someone.
That's not the idea, son.
Look, Dad, don't worry about me. I can take care of myself.
Well, after seeing you handle Pete Duncan today, I guess I should be convinced. And by the way, I have some everyday clothes here that might fit you if you didn't want to wear your nice things.
I get it, Dad. I didn't think about the kind of clothes I had on today being so much out of place until I got here.
Come to think of it, you did look mighty duded up in that rigging. Well, son, it's getting late, and I want to start making the rounds early in the morning.
Well, I'm ready for bed myself. I wouldn't lose too much time on that business either, if Kincaid is the kind you say he is.
You're right, son, you're right. If you get home tomorrow before I do, drop in at the next ranch and meet the Johnsons. They're mighty fine people.
All right, I'll do that, Dad. I won't be in town long.
Come in.
Are you Mr. Kincaid?
That's right. What can I do for you?
My name is Norman. Ken Norman.
Oh, so you're Clem Norman's boy. I heard how you made your entrance into town by slapping some sense into one of my men.
I hope it did him some good.
Well, maybe you'll be careful who he opens his mouth around from now on. What brings you to see me, Norman?
I understand you're trying to buy 100 acres of pasture land from my father.
That's right. I'm mighty anxious to make a deal with him.
That's the reason I dropped by to see you. He won't sell.
Well, to say the least, you're mighty blunt about it.
Now, look, Mr. Kincaid, let's understand each other right now. From what I've learned, you've got this country under your thumb, and when you want something, you let nothing stand in your way.
I've been mighty successful operating that way, son. Now get to the point.
The point is this. My father will not sell to you under any circumstances. And if you make trouble for him, you'll have to answer to me.
So I'll have to answer to you. Is that bad?
Very bad, Mr. Kincaid. Because if you resort to unfair play against him, I'll personally come back here and snap your neck right off your body.
Now, look here, Norman. You're not going to threaten me.
Sam!
Hey, what do you mean by breaking in here like that?
Clem Norman is organizing the ranchers against
Where'd you hear this?
One of Tom Lerner's hands told me about it. He's making the rounds.
All right, son. What do you know about this?
Plenty. I suggested that he do it.
Then right now I'm going to make a suggestion. You go find your own man and tell him if he wants to stay healthy, he better stop that kind of business right now.
I'm glad you said that.
What do you mean?
That puts us on even terms. I've threatened you and you've threatened me. It's your move.
Who is this feller, Sam?
This happens to be old man Norman's son who jumped your friend Pete yesterday.
I've been wanting to meet up with you.
All right. You've met me. Now what?
Is it all right, Sam, if I mess up your office with him?
You might have a good idea at that, Slim. Go right ahead.
I'd advise you not to try it, Mr. Slim.
Here's my advice to you.
Hey, now, wait. Look out. Look. Boy, watch him there. Now, look out there.
Looks like you gave him the wrong advice, Mr. Kincaid.
You and that old man of yours are in for some real trouble, Norman. Now get out of here, and remember, I warned you.
It was a threat, Mr. Kincaid. Goodbye to you. Well, it's about time you got home. Oh, Jimmy. I thought it was Dad coming in.
No, I just...
He's a little later than usual tonight.
Your dad is outside, Ken.
Good. I was getting worried about him, and Is anything wrong?
Clem is in my wagon, Ken. He's dead.
Who did it?
I don't know. I found him just below Eagle Pass as I was driving in from town.
Was he dead when you found him?
No, he died on the way in. He told me to tell you that everything was up to you from now on. He didn't last much longer.
Jimmy, will you do something for me?
I'll be glad to help any way I can.
Bring me Dad's belt and guns. Then I'd appreciate it a lot if you'd have your folks watch over him tonight.
Ken, I don't know what you have in mind, but I'd sure be careful. If you're thinking about the Kincaid gang, well, the odds are against you.
This whole thing is my fault. I advised Dad to organize and fight back, but I didn't think Kincaid would turn to murdering him.
Kincaid would stoop to anything.
Up where I was raised, we had law and order. You don't have it in this country, and you'll never have it as long as the people around here let Kincaid bluff him. Somebody's got to make a play for a change, and I'm the one with a darn good excuse to do it. Jimmy, here's what I'd like for you to do. Round up the rest of the gang.
How about it, Slim? Still thirsty?
Yeah, fill it up again, Salty.
How about you, Pete?
Yeah, I guess so.
Same here.
After that job we did tonight, I got the jitters.
Yeah.
Here comes Sam now.
Having a little drink, boys?
Yeah. Don't you think we need it?
Did everything go off all right?
Just like clockwork, Sam.
Good. Maybe that'll throw the fear of the devil into the wise men in these parts.
Oh, what about young Norman?
My guess ain't wrong. He'll be calling on me tomorrow morning. You men stick close to me every minute. Then when the right time comes, give him what he's got coming.
We don't have to wait a morning. Look coming in the door.
Yeah, he's wearing guns. If he makes one move toward him, let him have it.
All right, Kincaid. Let's get down to business.
Hello, Norman. What brings you here this time of night?
You know why I'm here. First, I want the man that did it. Then I want you.
What are you talking about? You want the man that did what?
The man that you hired to murder my father in cold blood.
I know nothing about it, and it's mighty dangerous to be accusing somebody of murder.
I didn't come here to argue. Now, I want the man who did the job to start drawing. It's one of you.
You're a little fast with your conversation, Norman.
Come on. One or all of you. Start making a play for your guns. I'm giving you a chance. That's more than you gave him.
You talk too much, stranger.
All right, let's
Now, look here, Norman. You can't get away with this.
I'm going to try. Now, is there anybody else that feels up to drawing on me?
You're covered from behind, Norman.
That's the oldest trick in the books, Kincaid. And you're minus another man.
Now, look here. I don't know anything about your old man.
You know he's dead because you had him killed. You're through bluffing this country with gun slicks, Kincaid. Now, come on. You're coming with me.
You know you ain't going to get away with this, Norman. I got friends all over this town.
If you've got a friend brave enough to keep me from leaving here with you, then he'd better start some action. All right, let's go.
Where are you taking me?
To visit with a committee of ranchers who are waiting at my place. They'll decide what's to become of you.
I tell you, Norman, I got friends.
You don't have a one that would die for you. And that's what's going to happen to the first one that tries to stop me. My dad died for his friends, and right now they're organizing a law-enforcing body to see that you get what's coming to you. And that goes for every other man who thinks he can rule this country as you have. Now, let's go.
We're gathered here to pay our last respects to our good friend and neighbor, Clem Norman. Though we're going to miss this fine man, his passing has brought about another milestone of progress in bringing law and order and decency to the West. It's brave, fearless men like Clem Norman who's going to make this country a better place for our children and their children. Men who are not afraid to give up their lives in the fight for right, or men who are not afraid to oppose wrong. His son Ken has been sent to us with the same courage and leadership that Clem had. I know that our lost friend would be even more happy in rest if we all join together and carry on with the crusade to win the West to his way of thinking. And may the movement spread to all sections of this great country until right is victorious in his memory.
This ain't the same old rain. Everything seems to change. Where are the pals I used to ride with?
No more for me those round-up days beneath the western sky so blue. I live alone with my memories now, like most old cowboys do. Shadows are ghosts about me. Across the sky a bright star shoots, and in the bunkhouse I can hear the parade of empty boots. May each step be one of courage that will make a trail for you, one that leads to greener pastures, like God intended it to do. Off on a hill a coyote wails, a lonely old hoot owl hoots, and in the bunkhouse I can hear the parade of empty boots.
This ain't the same old rain.
Our thanks to Ken Curtis for his appearance on your all-star Western Theater. Heard with our guest star in today's story was the screen's fine supporting actor, Mr. Griff Barnett, as Clem Norman. Mr. Barnett may now be seen in Paramount's To Each His Own as the father of Miss Olivia de Havilland, the star. Harry Lang was heard as Sam Kincaid. Foy Willing as Jimmy, Al Slow as Slim, Jimmy Dean as Pete, Johnny Paul as the barkeep. Ken Curtis will return in a few moments with a song.
Most of you Western fans like horseback riding, but it's customary to take riding in small doses today. The average horseback rider isn't used to spending long hours in the saddle day after day like the cowpunchers of the Old West. Born and bred in the saddle, the true cowboy expends most of his energy on horseback. That's why cowboys are such notoriously big eaters. They work hard and they like good food and plenty of it. Good food is something that everybody likes. That's why Weber's bread is so very popular. Weber's bread is really good food. As toast for breakfast, sandwiches for lunch, or served in more elaborate meals, Weber's bread is a real addition to the daily menu. Weber's bread is always good because its firm, even texture and distinctive flavor blend well with other foods. Its quality is consistent. Buy Weber's bread in the blue gingham wrapper.
And now, here is Foy Willing with today's guest star, Ken Curtis.
Well, Ken, it's song time for you.
Good enough, Foy. But first, I'd like to thank you fellows for asking me down to the All-Star Western Theater. I'm a regular listener, you know. And believe me, it's a real pleasure being your guest.
Well, that's fine, Ken, and just don't wait too long to come calling again. Now, name your music.
Well, I'd like to sing one of my latest Mercury recordings. I Learned to Love You Too Late, My Darling.
Good, Ken, and we'll give you a hand.
I learned to love you too late, my darling. That's why I'm lonesome and blue. I learned to love you too late, my darling. Now you found somebody new. This world has been funny, ain't fair to me, it seems. If I can't have you, darling, I can love you in my dreams. I learned to love you too late, my darling. Now you found somebody new. I can't have you, darling. I can love you in my dreams. I learned to love you too late, my darling. Now you found somebody new.
Come back and visit with us every time you can, Ken Curtis. Well, here they are, folks, America's great Western singers with the new hit song of the country. You know, out here in Hollywood, we have a new radio singing star, one of the nation's greatest Western guitar players. He's written a new song called Divorce Me, C.O.D. His name is Merle Travis. Along with him was his pal, Cliffy Stone. Foy Willing and the Riders of the Purple Sage have a very special rendition of this song prepared for our listeners today. And here they are with Divorce Me, C.O.D.
Just bought me a great long ticket, gonna use it at 4 p.m. So you can call your secret love and break the news to him. You thought your little romance was on the trick, you see. If you want your freedom, CDQ, divorce me, COD. I won't be round to hear you cry. I'm Texas bound, and by, you can reach me down in Dallas, General Delivery. If you want your freedom, CDQ, divorce me, COD. I'll agree there still might be just as many fish swimming in the sea Keep on fishing and maybe sometime some poor fish will nibble at your line. When he does, the best you say, the best one I had got away.
There's gonna come a day, gal, when you'll be feeling blue. You'll find that you can't pay your bills with a little old IOU. Dynamite you're playing with, maybe TNT. If you want your freedom, PDQ, divorce me, COD.
I won't be round to hear you cry. I'm Texas bound, and by, you can reach me down in Dallas, General Delivery. If you want your freedom, PDQ, divorce me, COD. Now, babe, there ain't no use to pretty please, 'cause I've been learning all my ABCs. Ain't no college professor, ain't got no PhD. If you want your freedom, PDQ, divorce me, COD. Sitting alone, singing a song.
From Hollywood, you've heard your all-star Western theater, a V.M. Bear production starring America's great Western singers, Foy Willing and the Riotous of the Purple Sage. Our guest star for today has been Ken Curtis, whose latest Columbia picture is Singing on the Trail. My name is Cottonseed Clark.
This program came to you from the studios of KNX, Columbia Square.
KNX Los Angeles, Columbia Station for Southern California.
1. Whenever Henry Wilt took the dog for a walk, or to be more accurate, when the dog took him, or to be exact, when Mrs. Wilt told them both to go and take themselves out of the house so that she could do her yoga exercises, he always took the same route. In fact, the dog followed the route, and Wilt followed the dog. They went down past the post office, across the playground, under the railway bridge, and out onto the footpath by the river. A mile along the river, and then under the railway line again, and back through streets where the houses were bigger than Wilt's semi, and where there were large trees and gardens, and the cars were all Rovers and Mercedes. It was here that Clem, a pedigree Labrador, evidently feeling more at home, did his business, while Wilt stood looking around rather uneasily, conscious that this was not his sort of neighborhood, and wishing it was. It was about the only time during their walk that he was at all aware of his surroundings. For the rest